Would you believe that drawing tablets like the one you're using really haven't changed very much since the 1960s? Well, they haven't. So then why was it not until the last few decades that digital art finally became a thing? Should we blame the hippies like we do for all the other shortcomings of the 1960s? Or was it simply the technology that prevented digital painting from becoming a mainstream art form far earlier than it did? In order to get to the bottom of this mystery, I've recruited a gang of misfit teenagers and their dog to help me solve. No, wait. First we need to take a look at where it all started. The granddaddy of all drawing tablets. I'm talking about the RAND tablet. The RAND tablet is a proto-graphics tablet developed at the RAND Corporation, an American research and development company. It debuted in 1964 and is believed to be among the first low-cost digital graphic devices that could receive hand-drawn input from a pen stylus and output it to a computer. The purpose of the RAND tablet was to explore new ways for man to interact and communicate with computers. It had many uses. It could recognize handwriting and hand-drawn symbols, converting the user's input into graphical elements on a screen while also processing the input as data. It could be used to draw electronic diagrams, annotate maps, and it was even used to translate Chinese characters to English. Oh, and stick figures. So how did it work? Well, not unlike modern-day tablets, the inner surface of the RAND tablet contained a printed circuit grid of copper strips that could sense input from a stylus. The screen was covered by a plastic drawing surface to protect the components, and the whole thing was encased in a big-ass metal frame. The stylus used on the RAND tablet contained a pressure-sensitive tip that when pressed against the tablet would send input through a cable to the computer, and an oscilloscope display which could simultaneously show the location of the pen tip as a dot, the computer's output, and the user's pen strokes. The pen was about the size of a modern-day Wacom pen, with a cord connecting the eraser end of the stylus to the tablet. So how about the specs on the RAND tablet? How do they compare to a modern-day tablet? The RAND tablet had an active drawing area of 10.24 inches by 10.24 inches, but the non-active drawing area was much larger and nearly took up the entire desk. The RAND tablet stylus was pressure sensitive, though I don't know how many pressure levels it had. The resolution of the RAND tablet was 100 lines per inch of resolution. If we compare that to modern day tablets, a Cintiq Pro 16 has around 5,000 levels of resolution and over 8,000 levels of pen pressure. It's said that the RAND tablet did not take off because it was ahead of its time and people were just too used to using keyboards to interact with a computer. Oh, and maybe it's because the original RAND tablet had a low price of $18,000. That's like $100,000 in today's money. You still want to gripe about how expensive a Cintiq is? So basically, we've had the hardware to make digital art since the mid-60s, but unfortunately at that time, computers were insanely expensive, underpowered, and software was not sophisticated enough to create a complex painting. It would take another couple of decades before personal computers were affordable and could begin to offer robust art applications that could be used at home by the average artist, or Andy Warhol. Evidently, we're still in that same boat now. Drawing tablets can only do so much, and though we keep making them bigger and we keep adding more pressure levels and higher resolution, it's computer processing power and software that are still the bottleneck. Digital art has come a long way since I started drawing on a CRT television with my VTech video painter in the 1990s. In that time, we've made a huge leap from simple pixel art to some pretty crazy stuff like fluid media simulation, virtual reality art, and 3D sculpting. But it'll be even more amazing to see what digital artists can do in another couple of decades. But how much will drawing tablets really have changed in that amount of time? Judging by our current progress, probably not much. My prediction is that the basic function of the tablet probably will still remain the same, but the input will become more sophisticated. I can envision a paintbrush with each bristle being pressure sensitive. The bristles are fiber optic cables that can illuminate to show the currently selected color of paint on the brush, and the amount that's loaded. As the brush paints, the pigment fades from the bristles and each bristle makes a unique mark on the canvas. Or maybe VR will take over and we'll all just be wearing stupid looking helmets and visors while flailing our hands around with nothing tangible to hold onto. I guess we'll just have to wait and see where technology takes us. If you enjoyed this piece of digital art history, take a quick second to like this video, and if you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. I have a lot more videos for digital artists like you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.